I think we'll give it 6 more minutes just to wait for our fellow to join us. So I think in the meantime we can all fill the preserve form.
Yeah, it's coming.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I just sent the preserve form.
Thank you so much, VERNASIO. Please let's fill the form. It's in the chat.
Right, are you able to see the screen? I mean, JC, are you able to see the screen?
Yes, we can see it's clear.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Bye-bye. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah.
For those who have just joined us, please fill in the form, the preserve form in the chat. All right. It is exactly 2:10. I believe we can start a session, or do we still wait for some people to join us? As a group, what do we suggest?
I think we can start.
I think we can
For,
proceed for the interest of
for
time.
me, you can start. Yes.
All right, let's start then. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone who is with us on today's session. As your presenter, my name is Jessie Piri. I'm from Malawi. I'm an environmentalist. I studied environmental management, and I'm currently working as a youth safety and environmental officer. So today's discussion is very important to me as a youth, and also for everyone who is in this room, because we are all youth in this group, and I believe we're all affected with climate change. So please be as comfortable and as contributive as you can. I think this is more of a call for action, and I believe we're all here with ideas, and we can respond and take action at the end of this today's session. Our topic is on empowering youth for climate action, and I believe it aligns so well with SDG number 13, which is on climate action. And I believe, or maybe some of us may be wondering, why are we focusing on the youth today? Well, it's more to do with the youth because we present now at the moment. We are living in the moment, and climate change is happening to us, and we're the ones who are going through these things. Our education gets to be disrupted during disasters and during any climate crisis that we face. It's our health on the line as well as our jobs, and climate change is happening right now. So I believe today's session is going to be more eye-opening, and I also believe you're all going to take part and contribute to ideas that we can literally initiate in our various countries and see the results in the coming years. You can change the slide for me, please.
Uh,
All right. Uh, so let's go through our today's session overview. First and foremost, our session will be very eye-opening on what climate action means and why youth play a critical role. We have to understand, if we're focusing on the youth, what really makes a youth very critical in this discussion. Is it about their innovative ways? Is it about their adaptive methods? And also we'll be able to explore real examples of youth-led climate action in Malawi. Who are our leaders? What are they doing? And what are their roles as we're talking right now? And what results can we point at that we've been able to achieve? And also we'll be able to identify tools that empower young people to take action. Are the tools that we have at the moment accessible to all the youth? How best can we find these tools, or how best can we use these tools, you see? And also, I believe this session will be very important because it will enlighten us on how maybe we can come up with a low cost climate solution that can be implemented locally. So please be with me and everyone else as we do our discussion today. This is the 13th module of Youth Eco-Resilient Project, and as already introduced the topic, it's empowering youth for climate action. And as I said, mainly today I would like us youth to be very vibrant on this topic, because it's something that is happening to us, something that we are all doing, and something that we can all do. You know, we don't need the government to push us. We don't need permission from anyone else. It's something that we should be able to do, and we should be doing in our home, in our homes, in our communities, as well as in our countries and regions. So before we begin anything else, I would like we go in the chat, we type where we're joining from, and one word that describes how you feel on climate action today. So this could be more focusing on the roles that we're supposed to play, the ideas, and as well as the will that we have to act. You know, how do you describe climate action? So I'll be in the chats to see what everyone is writing and where we're all joining today's meeting. All right, we have Gift Banda from Kasungu Central, and he says he's very happy to know what climate action is. Okay, Gift, stay with us. We also have Tioni Matthews PHWANDAPHWANDA from Malawi. Educate other climate action for him. It's educate other people about climate action. That is very true. We have Saina Mayuga, Malawi, Kasungu, very excited to engage. We have Enida Tembo from Chikwawa. I'm enthusiastic to be part of today's to gain insights about climate action. Well, what my role is as a youth. That is very, very good. All right. We have Frali Alawa from Malawi. We also have Mavis Munze. Oniga from Kenya. For Onyeka says climate action is switching to renewable energy. That is very good. We also have Hassan Hussein from Doha. Climate action means taking steps to reduce climate change and deal with its effects. All right. Can we move to the next slide? All right, so in the chat, we've talked more on how we view climate action as well as what we believe climate action is. I believe we can define it however we get to see it, being that it's something that we are all facing. And in a very simple way, climate action can include actions that reduce climate risk, actions that protect nature, people, and actions led by individuals and communities. So it can be anything that you choose to do, as long as you're doing with climate change. It can be big, it can be small, however you want to go with it, as long as you're helping in reduction of emissions, adapting to climate impacts, protecting the ecosystem, everything that is to do with climate change, and you're trying to bring in mitigation measures, that is climate action. And it's a very good thing to see that it's just not led by, or maybe we should not just wait for the government to do this. Individuals and communities can take part in climate action. I believe we all have an idea of what actions. Some of us are already doing these actions in our homes, in our countries, as well as maybe it's in our workplaces. It's something that each one of us can do and can be applied. All right, so in terms of actions, for instance, what kind of climate risks that we face in our countries? if, for instance, we do have floods. Floods can be caused due to rainfall. Can have the cyclone. You can face a cyclone in your country that can lead to floods. Can have various disasters that are happening in our countries. Can have a number of crises that are happening. Can have dry spells. All these things, as long as you're taking a step towards reducing the impacts, as well as you're taking a step to mitigate what we are facing, to adapt to that, that alone can be defined as climate action, you know. So which word for us in this group, which word best describe climate action to you? I think in the chat one wrote Oneka, I think renewable energy, you see. So for Oneka, that is climate action, but all of us, what do we say in the chat? We can type what best describe what climate action is to us. You can move the slide as well. Hassan Fedon say in the chat, climate action. Climate action is all about protecting the environment, adapting to climate change, raising awareness and education. Yes, that is very good. Actions that helps to conserve the environment. Yes, that is very good. So as you can see, actions that help to conserve the environment can be anything. It could be planting trees. It could be waste management. You see all those things, as long as we're trying to adapt to our change in the environment, the climate change, or that leads to climate action. Can you change the slide, please? I think, as we can see, talking of renewable energy, for instance, we have people that can use the windbreaks there for energy. If you plant a tree, that is also part of climate action. Of course, people using waste bins, and as you can see, you could choose if you implement something like the bins, whereby you have paper, you have plastic, you have glass, whereby all the waste that you have, they can be recycled. You know, that is also climate action. You could advocate as well. Advocacy is also a powerful tool when it comes to climate action, because we have people that do not have an idea on how best to climate change. Can you unmute? Can whoever it is, can you mute your anytime Tom Kayange? Please mute. Yeah, so as you can see, it can either be advocacy, it can be waste management, it can be in energy, it can be tree planting. All that, it's equal to climate action. And I believe we're able, wherever we have to see that it's not a very big action, or maybe we should not even wait for the government to take part, or maybe to push us to do something about it. It's more to do with the person, more of the intention that we choose to do that. Okay, we're trying to deal with climate change. How best can I come in? How best can I contribute? You know. Next slide. So let's talk about levels of climate action. I think you've talked more to say you can go big, you can go small, but how best, what levels can we look climate action from? So for instance, we have personal actions. When it comes to personal actions, I think as an individual, you get to make a decision, you get to make a choice. How best are you going to do your climate actions each and every day? And this can be, for instance, if we're looking at choices or daily habits, for instance, how do you choose to manage your waste? Do Do you get to burn your waste, or do you get to separate your waste? Be in your homes, or maybe it could be in transit. Sometimes you get to buy a bottle of water. After that, you just throw the bottle anyway. You see, so you get to choose to say, okay, if when it comes to littering, I'm not going to litter. I'm just going to carry all my waste and I have one place of disposal. You see, so that also is also a personal action. Or you could decide to say, okay, from now onwards, I'll be planting trees every day. You see, not every day per se, but in the seasons, and till maybe after the rainy season. But you could say that maybe in a year, how many trees are you going to plant? It can be a very decisional, personal decision to make. And also we have community initiatives. So it's not necessary that maybe you can go alone, but if you go as a community, I think it also helps to build resilience. So if you go as a community, you could choose maybe to have a community forest. You could choose to have maybe a community project where you try to enforce maybe it's climate smart farming, or maybe have smart agriculture initiatives that you're implementing in your community, and everyone else gets to follow that. You could also have national advocacy, where you're able to be part of the networks that advocate for policy, as well as getting to engage with them and trying to contribute towards the enacting of that policy. And also, when it comes to on international, we also have international bodies that are able to to reinforce roles. It could be the policies, it could be funding. So you can actually join the solidarity movements with other international bodies and be part of that. So as you can see, being part of or maybe when it comes to climate action, there are a lot of ways that you can be part of this big movement. It does not take you to be pushed or anything, but it's a personal decision that you make. Let's move to the next slide. So in the chats, I think I would like us to share on the how we're looking at each level. Is it the personal level, the community, or national, or global, as well as at which level do you feel most powerful right now? When it comes to personal, how powerful do you feel about that? How powerful do you think you can influence personally? And when it comes to community, national, group, how powerful do you think you can contribute towards that? Do you think you can engage? Do you think that's a role you can play? Or maybe it's so hard to be part of such movements from all these angles. So let's try to share the personal level, at which level do you feel powerful most, and also at community and national group, how best you think you can contribute these different levels, and how best do you think you can go forward to have proper impacts in our communities, in our homes, as well as in our countries and regions. Anyone in the chat? Okay. At community level. All right. Mavis Moses says she feels powerful right now at community level. Okay. The rest. how best do you think you can influence at community level? How best do you think you can influence at personal level? We have Hassan Hussein who says at community level. So he says communities play a very important role in fighting climate. In fighting climate change, e.g. tree planting, water conservation, waste management, renewable energy uses, as well as climate smart agriculture. That is very true. Enida Tembo says community level. I'm part of youth groups where we mobilize other youth to be part of environmental conservation. That's very good. Onega says personal level, walking, biking, or less driving. There's another way of looking at it. I think this is very good because on renewable energy, it's not all the time that we get to think of the emissions we make from motorcycles, from all the traveling, the cars and everything. So this is very good. You make a decision to say, I'm going to work, or I'm going to, cycle, than driving, because all that brings in a lot of emissions in our environment, which lead to climate change. All right, now let's have Gift Banda sharing with us other youth leadership in Malawi on climate action. And I think before Gift, I should just read a comment from Tuone Matthews, who say at community level, and then amplifying them to go national level and global level using digital tools. And that is very good. Gift, you can take us through your presentation.
Thank you. Good afternoon to everyone joining us from different parts of Malawi. I'm Gift Banda, presenting on youth leadership in Malawi. As you can see on the first picture there, we have tree planting clubs restoring degraded land. In Malawi, youths are not just waiting for change, they are creating it now. Across the country, youths are taking the lead in solving real community problems, especially those related to climate change and development. As you can see there, one example is a tree planting club formed by young people to restore degraded land. Youths in clubs in districts such as Dedza, Zomba, and Nzimba organize annual tree planting activities. And also the other organization like Green Malata and school environment clubs plant indigenous trees to restore degraded forest and river banks. That helps to reduce soil erosion, protects water sources, and also supports farming communities. And another example, if we can see there on the second picture, there is a shoe that are made from plastic wastes to reduce into reusable products like shoes, belts, bricks, etc. Okay, plastic recycling, where you turn plastic waste to reusable products like shoes, belts, and eco bricks. This helps to reduce pollution in towns and villages while also creating small income generating activities for young people. In Lilongwe and Blantyre, young entrepreneurs collect plastic waste and turn it into finished products. Waste advisors recycle plastic into paving blocks and eco bricks. This program helps to reduce pollution, creation of employment for youths, and also it makes towns green. And the last picture there is a borehole, and as you can see there, the right water protection groups safeguarding rivers and boreholes, and youth advocacy campaigning, raising awareness in schools and communities. These youths are also active in water protection, safeguarding rivers and boreholes. Through awareness campaign, they educate communities on keeping water sources clean, which is critical for healthy and sanitation both rural and urban areas. Both youth action led by water committees, they protect rivers and boreholes in rural areas. For example, in Mangosh and Salima, land community campaigns on keeping water sources clean. That program helps to improve the access to safe water and reduce waterborne diseases. And also, there's other partners that help in climate actions. Malawi have several youth leadership partners working on climate action. Some notable examples include UNICEF Malawi. It works with young people in flood-prone districts in southern Malawi to strengthen youth-led movement and influence national climate change policies. UNICEF also provides training on climate action planning, leadership, and community engagement. Not only that, there's also United Nations in Malawi. The UN is supporting youth-led initiatives such as the Waste and Innovation Hub. It also promotes sustainable entrepreneurship and climate action. The hub produces eco-friendly products like eco-based and bamboo-based sanitary pads. Lastly, we have Action Aid Malawi. Action Aid Malawi is launching a climate justice campaign called Fund Our Future to mobilize youth and promote climate-friendly energy sources and agriculture practices. Reaching at this juncture, may I ask my colleague to proceed where I have stopped. Thank you. I think it's Tom Kayange that will proceed us from youth leadership in Malawi. Thank you. Hello. Hello, Tom Kayange.
I do not think we have Tom Kayange present. Tom, are you there?
Okay, I think he's not here, so I'm just gonna proceed from what he was supposed to present in this case. In fact, we're just proceeding from where friend Gift Band has left in continuing to provide examples just to show how much youth are doing as far as youth leadership is concerned in Malawi. We also understand there are a number of things that are being done in other countries as well. Particularly here, we are, like Gift has put it, we are into practical, both local and quite impactful initiatives, just like Gift has put it. I think it is being mentioned time and again to say we don't have to wait for someone to come and tell us how we should do it or what we should do. There are already a number of activities that we have heard that we can already start taking initiatives from. And in this case, let me ask our colleagues from different parts of the countries that are here with us to just write examples that are already existing in the area or share something similar to what has already been done here to show how much young people are also doing something as far as responding to climate action issues are concerned. Thank you so much. Okay, as people are commenting in the chat, I'll ask Anita Tembo to come in. Thank you.
Thank you. Afternoon, everyone. I am Anita Dembo from Chihuahua. I'll be taking you through on today's session on tools that empower youth. For youth to lead effectively, we need the right tools for us to showcase our climate action as youth leaders. Digital platforms that can help us share stories and mobilize action are WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, which are for storytelling and digital mobilization through essays or videos that can be pasted on our social media handles to mobilize action for climate justice. Another part is that education and skills build confidence and credibility, because education and skills serve as a psychological and professional foundation for climate action. And on the other hand, education and skills are primary tools used to shift from reactive survival to proactive leaders as youth leaders for climate change and climate justice. And however, education builds confidence. For example, Innocent Mandiri from Malawi University of Science and Technology used his engineering education to invent the thermal stove, hence winning the Sustainability and ESG Africa 2025 awards. This proves that youth in Malawi have the skills to solve local problems, hence inspiring others also to innovate solutions that are locally available. And continuing on education and skills also build confidence and credibility. There is STEM education that is provided by Micromet under the programs called STEMs for Education and STEMs for Health, whereby youth, specifically ladies, are trained on how to use trees for reforestation. And at Malawi University of Science and Technology, they do train youths under African Drone and Data Academy to use drone to reforestate in hard-to-reach areas. And another part on leadership, we also need mentorship to provide guidance and inspiration. Mentorship offers a human connection that transforms abstract environmental goals into lifelong professional and personal journey. Mentorship also provides strategic guidance, whereby the mentor helps to break overwhelming global objectives into manageable and high-impact milestones. This shows that the mentor helps the mentees to navigate in complexity, for them to understand, to know their roles and responsibility in climate action, hence making impacts or solutions that are practical and visible on the ground. And a tangible example is a project that is being implemented by Community Focus in Chihuahua under the Live X project, whereby youths are being trained on climate solution on the theme called Doom to Hope, whereby they use social media handles such as WhatsApp and Facebook to mobilize other youths on climate action and climate justice using the local available resources that they have. For example, market cleanup campaigns and tree planting. Another part that is needed is teamwork and innovation. This allows ideas to grow into solutions. And you are witnesses that a group of people can come up with a cooperative, for instance, for waste management, to come up with solutions that are already using locally available resources in our communities. And this helps the collective in innovation action to be the engine for climate action. For example, the environmental engineering department from Malawi University of Science and Technology, they had to invent the Ndindo stove. The name Ndindo comes from the Chichewa name called Udindo, which is responsibility that is posed on the end user of the stove to be responsible about environmental protection. The English name of the stove is improved biomass cook stove. And the advantage of this indoor stove is that it doesn't require charcoal, either large logs of wood as its counterparts, which are traditional stoves. It burns a variety of biomass such as lice, hussicks, sawdust, dry leaves, and pea stalks, and other biomass that can be burnt using this indoor stove are pine cones and sugarcane molasses. Thank you for listening. As we'll be continuing with today's session, from the presentation, which of these tools do you want to strengthen most this year or next year for your climate action championship? Please type your answers in the chat box as we are continuing with today's session. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Anita. In the chat, I think we have people sharing. For instance, we have Onega in Kenya, youth involved in tree planting, cleanups, and awareness campaigns through community-based organizations. That is very good. And we also have Hassan, youth bring new ideas and innovation. They are open to new technology, e.g. Digital awareness campaigns. Yes, that is very true. And also from VERNASIO, Malawi, for us around Bunda community, we are planting trees to increase level of carbon sink, eventually reducing it in the atmosphere. Yeah, all these are very good because at the end of the day, as youths, we are the ones who are very adaptable. We're very innovative and we're able to adapt to the changes that we're facing at the moment. We have all the technology resources that we have at the moment. I think what has been shared with the tools and the platforms that exist in Malawi, it's very powerful and it's very good because it shows how involved the young people in Malawi are, and also it opened doors because I believe some of us here, I don't know how many of us shared this session on our WhatsApp statuses just to inform our fellow Malawians or our fellow friends, maybe from another country that we have joined from for this session, so that they could have joined as well just to get the information. You see, so at the end of the day, we have to realize that the tools that we use, they have to be accessible to all the youth that we want to reach, because we could have all these platforms, but it is very impossible sometimes to even to be part of the platform that we talk about. Because, for instance, you could hear that there's a platform that you're supposed to join, but you're supposed to pay, maybe it's monthly registration fee, or maybe it has a yearly fee. Some youths, they cannot even afford to pay that. So we really have to introduce platforms that are accessible to everyone and anyone can be a part of. But also, for what really can empower us, mostly it's our mindset. If our minds are set to be part of this big move for climate action, then we should be able to do that. And how best can we do it? How best can we bring any initiative in our countries? I think first thing, it will depend on us to do our research. You know, as young people, we should be able to do research on our own to find out what digital platforms are available. Okay, what locally platforms are there in our communities? How do we join them? How do we contribute? So first thing, it will be a matter of to make assessments. Assess your community, assess wherever you are, what are the local problems that the people are going through. Is it to do maybe with water availability? Maybe is it to do with maybe something to do with energy, you know? So you see that if once you take time in your community to do your assessments, you'll be able to find out the problems that the people they are going through. And from there on, then you'll be able to see, okay, what kind of solution can I come with? What kind of initiative can I bring? Or how best can I engage the people from my community to be part of this big move to help in climate action, how best can they be a part of it? Because whatever solution we bring in, if it's just in our heads, then there's no work that we're doing. But it is very good that we already have people in this group, in this meeting, that are already taking part in a number of projects that are happening in their communities. This is a call for action for us youth to be a part of it, to contribute, and it does not matter however you want to go about it, small, big. I think it's something that we can all contribute. It's something that we can all do. And empowerment, we do not have to wait for someone else to empower us. We should be able to use our eyes to see, okay, what's the problem here? How best can I come in? And we should be able to take the changes. We can learn from our friends. I think they've shared some of the initiatives that are being applied in their countries. How best can we do it now in our communities? What's working? What cannot work? How best can we improve them for us to have quality impact? Next slide, please.
Okay, so I would like to take you through the main activity on micro climate solution, whereby we could try and apply something out of it. So I'll take you through a scenario whereby, let's say you have about 500,000 Malawi kwacha, which I think can be easily converted to other currencies for you to understand how much this is in your own country. And you have about 5 friends. What climate action would you start in your community with this amount of money, and also with a reflection of what our friends have shared so far? Probably this is something that is food for thought. Maybe we can think about it to say, if we get an opportunity and we get a certain amount of money, maybe this might sound very little in other parts of the country. Also here is also might sound little, but in as much as it sounds little, how much can we do out of this? Please share your ideas in the chat. Just one sentence on what you think such an amount can do for you and your colleagues in your particular community. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And also, I think the other thing is more to do with the platform that we are on right now. We have Center for Humanity and Sustainable Development, where we're working right now. I think this platform has allowed us to meet a very diverse group of people. Learned a lot of things, some which we did not even have an idea, from communication to migration to innovative measures that are being applied in other countries, how best we can come out. So as you can see, it's vast knowledge that has been shared through the modules that this platform has allowed us to have. I believe that it will be very useful if we are able to implement something at the end of the day, because this has been very enlightening. I think it's also something that is aligning with Tiwone Matthews, who says use of digital platforms to share what we are doing, and mentorship of young people in primary and secondary schools, and inspiring them. Yeah, I think a very good example is that how many of us shared this on our WhatsApp statuses, or maybe Facebook pages, or maybe Instagram. So we are all exposed to these digital platforms, but sometimes we don't know how to reach people for engagement as well as inviting them to be part of our conversations. In the chat, I would like to ask for the post-survey form for everyone to sign before the end of our discussion. And thank you, everyone, for being part of our discussion today. I think it's very important that we sit down and reflect whatever we have discussed today. We have seen that as youth, we are about now, because we are the ones who are going through all the climate crises that are coming onto us. So it's no longer the narrative to do with, I know we are the future leaders, future of the tomorrow. No, it's right now, and you're living in the present. So it is our goal. It should be our will to do something at the moment, to do something right now, and to make initiatives. And we should also realize that we do not need anyone's push or the government's involvement or waiting for donors and for any initiative. We should be able to take part and take the action. Small brings in bigger results. Do we have any questions? Any questions?
No.
VERNASIO, can you take over for me, please?
Hello? Hello?
Jesse, can you hear us, please? Jesse?
Hello?